everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are at Disney's Pop Century Resort, and it is a sunny summer day here in Florida, and so we're going to kind of take a look around and show you what the resort's about. All right, so there's the entrance right there, and if you look to the left, I'm standing out in front of the resort. You'll see this will be where drop-off is, and right here you see all the years from 1990. The 80s, the 70s, the 60s, and the 50s, and that's kind of the eras and the decades that this resort represents, or you know, part of the pop culture of those eras. And so they do a really good job of it here. It is a value resort. It does have the Skyliner, which is something that maybe the All-Stars don't have. They give it a leg up. This is all the bus stops here, and we're going to get you right on in. Alright, so we're going to enter what is called the Classic Hall here. This is the lobby area as well as the food court, game room, and the gift shop. As you enter this area, we'll take a right real quickly first. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. It's already getting crowded in here. People checking out, checking in. And the wall across from the lobby desk, you can see a lot of the different you know, just artifacts and things out of each different era. This is the 80s here, and then we'll move on to the 70s. And one of the cool things that they do, if you look up at the top, you'll notice it is literally a year-by-year timeline represented. And with Disney World being in the 70s, a lot of Disney memorabilia there. It's a really kind of unique way, cool way to enter the resort. Really does a good job of kind of setting the vibe and the mood here. And then right across from it, of course, is the lobby check-in area. You may never see this area if you do the online check-in, or you don't need anything, but needless to say, if you need it, there are plenty of desks and workers typically on a normal day. And right across from the lobby area is the Everything Pop shopping and drinks. Shopping, dining, and drinks. So we'll walk in here, just kind of give you a quick look around. You'll go through the shopping center first if you come this way, and this is where you'll get all your souvenirs. Everything from hats and shirts to pins, cups. It's really a pretty good sized store here. A lot of selection. If you want to get your Pop Century souvenir shirts, they have that sort of stuff as well. One of the things you also can pick up around here is the resort mug. Here's their current selection of Starbucks tumblers, which are becoming increasingly popular with my wife. Let's mosey on to the other side here really quick. You can even pick up Christmas ornaments here if you want. Over here they have a selection of mugs, more cups, water bottles, and then of course a variety of packaged snacks. Load up and take to your room if you're going to be here for a while and don't want to have to walk all the way back in here at times. If you need Magic Bands, they sell Magic Band Plus here, but they still do sell, if you're not interested in one of the Magic Band Pluses, they still do sell regular older Magic Bands there, although that selection is becoming more and more limited. Alright, as we leave the shopping center, you're going to walk straight into the food court area. They have seating, both on your left and your right. They have quite a variety. Mobile order pickup, you don't actually have to go inside the kind of the cafeteria area. They have it right there for mobile order. Right over here they have several drink stations for you with all your condiments and whatever you may need. And we'll take a quick look inside here. To the left, they have the specialty coffee, which is really Joffrey's. For whatever reason, we didn't care much for the coffee here. And then each section will have a different variety. We're here during breakfast time, so it's getting a little loud and a little crowded. I apologize for that. And then, of course, they have your cooler goods and things like there, your bakery items, that kind of stuff. Just your typical quick service here at Disney World. Basic breakfast, nothing too extravagant, you know, for lunch and dinner. They also have, you know, your chicken, hamburgers, pizzas, things like that. A couple other options. All right, we're going to head back out of here real quick, backtrack where we came from. So if you go back out the shopping center here and take a left, they do have an arcade right here as well as bathrooms. Take a quick peek in the arcade. It's actually a really nice size arcade. I wish they would put arcades this size at some of the moderate and deluxe resorts. It seems like the higher up the resorts go, the smaller these arcades get. But these are a really nice size, basically full arcade here. As you see, it's a lot more than just a couple games. We've got basketball back in the back, a little air hockey. If Therese was here, I'd take her out. Oh, look at that. Pac-Man air hockey. But we're going to head back out of here and take a right and go check out the back side of the building and the main pool. All right, that's where we came from with everything pop, the shopping and dining. And so we're going to take a right from there. And oof. Stop and put my sunglasses on here. So as we walk out, you'll basically walk right into the main pool here, which I believe is named the Hippie Dippie Pool. That's, I'm assuming, a bathroom area right there. And to the right, you'll have Pedal's Pool Bar. That'll open up at probably 10:30 or 11 o'clock and be open throughout the day for you guys. The pool hours here are from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. This is kind of a chance for you to overlook it. We haven't, it's not 10 a.m. yet, so you can kind of see what it looks like empty. Those flowers squirt water into the pool. This is the one where there'll be a lot of interaction and activity. They'll have people out here, cast members. They'll be playing games with the kids, and so this pool will fill up really rapidly once it opens on a hot summer day. And there'll be a lot going on, a lot of kids in the pool, a lot of activities. If you have kids, it's a great place. They play a lot of games and do a lot of activities with them. So, all right, so we're going to head back up the steps here, away from the pool. And I think we're going to go to the 50s and 60s side first, so we're going to take a left. I just love the size and the enormity of everything here. It's over the top, and it's themed really well within the decades, and so we just kind of enjoy the atmosphere. All right, so just a quick rundown of a map. I'm sorry for the glare, it's the cover there, but essentially what we've done so far is we came in right there, showed you the classic hall, walked out the back, we're right here at the pool. And then we came back out and we took a left, and you see the we are here. So we're going to take you around, show you the 50s over here, then the 60s area, and then the 70s, 80s, and the 90s. So let's make our way over to the 50s. So as we make our walk, the first thing I noticed about the 50s as we walk in is a lot of trees, a lot of shade, some cypress trees here. There is a smaller pool over here I'm going to show you guys in just a second. And then here's the 50s pool. The really cool thing about this pool, it is shaped like a large bowling pin, and we get to the other end, you can actually see the red stripes that would be on the neck of the bowling pin at the top there. And another thing, you'll see lifeguards out here, even though the pool's not open yet as they're prepping for the day. Every pool here is lifeguarded, so you do have that security there, and they do a really good job. The lifeguards on Disney property are some of the most impressive people to watch them kind of do their job and always having to pay attention, so they do a really good job of that. And here are the restrooms as well as guest laundry right there, so if you need to do your laundry, you can do your laundry while you hang out by the pool. I always like that convenience. It does cost here, I'm not exactly sure, a couple bucks a load probably to wash and then to dry. Also a ping pong table right there you can play, so plenty of things to do, plenty of activities. But I think for now we are fixing to backtrack a little bit and head back towards the classic hall, the main pool area, and go towards the back of the resort some and show you the Skyliner. So as we take a walk back here, we've only been here for a couple days, but we've been really blessed with weather at this point. It's been a little rainy, a little cloudy at times, but that's kind of kept the temperatures down. It's been pleasant, but it's getting hot today. And so anyway, always make sure, little PSA, make sure you stay hydrated, drink plenty of water. While we're walking here, if you're still with us, first of all, we greatly appreciate it. Secondly, if you've watched some of our other videos, this is not your first time with us, even if it is, and you enjoy what we're providing for you here, we would greatly appreciate it and be honored if you would consider subscribing to our channel and liking the videos. It means so much to us, so much to the channel. So as you make your way behind the pool, that's looking back at the resort where we've been so far. You will also see on the right here a little kiddie play area, kind of a splash pad, a little shallow water pool there, plenty of seating for parents and things like that. All right, so as we turn, we're going to make our way away from Classic Hall and the Hippie Dippie Pool and towards the back of the resort and Hourglass Lake, because that is where the station is. So let's go check that out, take a look around. All right, so here we are at the Skyliner Station. It is shared by Art of Animation, which is kind of an advantage. You can actually walk this bridge across the lake here from Pop Century to Art of Animation. So if you don't necessarily like one food court or the other one may have something that you want over at the other resort, it's a pretty easy walk over there. This Skyliner Station is at the end of the road for the Skyliner, so it will take you back over to the main station or the main hub, which is at Caribbean Beach. And from there you can access Riviera Resort as well as the Boardwalk Resort areas and Epcot or Hollywood Studios. Goodbye Skyliner. As we make our way back here to Pop Century, I just wanted to take a minute to show you that. Give you kind of a look of the resort from the lake. A while ago we were all the way, I don't even know if you can see them, all the way. There's bowling pins, those represent the 50s. We have the 60s about where we go back into, and then all the way over there is the 80s and 90s. You can't even see the 90s from here, so we're fixing to head that way along the lake here and show you some of those. For those of you runners out there, here's a running trail. This trail sign is just off of the Skyliner right here. Basically, you just go out and run the lake. It's a 1.3 mile run around the lake, so if you're looking for a place to run or a distance, there is that bit of information for you. All right, so if you get off the Skyliner, you're just going to walk straight back that way from the Skyliner to get to the Classic Hall, the food court, all that stuff. But we're going to take a right here and head over and just a little touch. Disney does, they create these little areas to sit and overlook the lake if you just kind of want to relax. But they also, along this trail, have different signs of information about each decade, each year. Just kind of a little more tidbits of information to just help create the overall vibe here. So as you just walk the lake here, it's getting a little breezy today. But as you walk, these signs also help kind of give you an idea of what decade you're in. There's no massive signs anywhere. You kind of have to rely on just the signs you see and some of the decorations. Also right here between kind of the 60s and 70s, just to the left, if you walk out the back of the Classic Hall here, this is where you'll find the fire pit, and you can pay for a s'mores kit, and you can roast s'mores there each evening. They'll have cast members out here, but check this out, Surfer Goofy and the Corvette. I'm not sure what year it is. I'm sure my Uncle Steve will be disappointed in that, but if y'all know, leave it in the comments below. Beautiful car. And we're still in the 70s section right here. I love this whole massive foosball kind of section. It's natural grass, not turf, but just to give you an idea how big they are, they're massive. All right, so we're kind of leaving the 70s area here and headed back towards the trail around the lake. Let me know if any of the things I've showed you today resonate with you, bring back old memories, things like that. That's one of the things I think is my favorite part about it, is there's so much around here with pop culture, things you grew up with as a kid, and I think it just brings back good memories that you had. Like to me, you walk around here and it's really hard just not to be in a good mood, walking around, looking back, seeing the things, the nostalgic things that you remembered. And so we're fixing to make our way into the 80s. Alright, so we have the 80s building here. We have an 80s building here, and then we have our pool between the 80s and 90s, and you see a giant keyboard on the ground there. And then here's the pool. The 90s is actually that one building back there, and we'll show you that in just a second. That's where we stayed. This is probably the most basic pool out of all of them here. It is a large square pool. It gets deeper in the middle, and there's plenty of seating and stuff. However, there's no pool bar out here at this one, and I can tell you that it gets, or can get, very crowded at times. It was actually more crowded at 10 o'clock last night when we got back from the resort than it was in the middle of the day. Alright, so I found me a shady spot here to kind of get things wrapped up for us. We're all the way back in the 90s. We're about as far away from any sort of transportation, food, the main lobbies you can get. So if you're gonna stay back here, or you plan to stay back here, or you end up with a room back here, make sure that you know, you maybe have food or just kind of plan for that, because it's probably a good 6 or 7 minute walk to get back up there. As always, if you have any question or comment, please feel free to leave that below in the comments. We'll be more than happy to answer those. We try to reach each and every single person that reaches out to us, so we'll be more than happy to do that. As always, y'all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.